Hey everybody. So you can probably tell from the name of the video and the fact that I'm actually holding a gun in my hand, the answer to the question that I pose in the name. Do I think that a man should own and know how to fire a firearm? And I believe that the answer is yes. I believe it comes down to a firearm gives you a level of preparedness that you can't get from any other tool. Especially if you're spending time out in the woods. The level of protection that it affords you from wild animals is pretty spectacular, depending on the type of gun you have and the type of situation that you're in. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way. I am licensed in my country to own and carry a firearm. All of my firearms are legal at the time of making this video. All of my ammunition is legal. I have jumped through all the hoops that I need to jump through in order for me to own a firearm. Now, should you decide that you want to own a firearm and you don't know how to yet, there are lots of ways to do it. I live in Canada myself, so the laws here are actually, it's pretty difficult to get a gun in Canada. To be able to be licensed, you have to be able to pass a criminal record check. It takes them forever to go through it. It takes you forever to actually physically get your license. You also have to, they automatically check you every so often. They go through everybody on the database with a firearms license and check them for new criminal records, and if they have a new criminal record, they will take their guns away. If you have a situation where anybody that you know, especially like an ex-girlfriend or something, if they decide they want to take your guns away here in Canada, they can actually just go to the police and say that they're terrified of you having them, and the police will come and take your guns away. It's very, very difficult to get a gun in Canada, and it's very, very controlled on who can have them legally. We don't have a lot of illegal gun violence in Canada, and the gun violence that we do have that's illegal is generally illegal guns that are brought in from the States. So they're not generally a big deal as far as it comes to violence here in Canada. And the people who do own them, like I said, it's hard to get, so they're very well vetted, and Canada is very careful about who gets firearms. So that hasn't stopped our liberal left government from trying as hard as they can to make it more and more difficult to own guns and to take away the kinds of guns that are actually legal for sale. We recently just made handguns, which if you owned a handgun, you couldn't carry it. In Canada, you cannot carry a handgun on you. It's damn near impossible to be able to do that. If you had a handgun in Canada, the only thing you were allowed to do was take it to a range and away from a range, and you had to call the police every time you moved with it, tell them your route, tell them what times you would be there. It was super difficult, and they were really, really well vetted. Even more than the average gun owner. Yet they still made the buying and selling of handguns illegal in Canada, even though those people have to go through so much vetting to get them, and you never hear of somebody who's a legal handgun owner doing anything illegal with their handguns, because they don't want to lose them. They don't want to have them taken away, and it's very hard to keep them. So we have a little bit of a fight with our government in our country at this point, just trying to keep guns at all. Hunters, sport shooters, they're trying to take away as much as they can, and I believe in this country and in any other country, if you have the legal ability to get a firearm, you should do it. You should go out and do what you need to do. I know in Canada you can take courses. If you don't know how to fire a gun, you can just go take a course that will teach you how to properly handle and fire a gun, and that course will allow you to be tested for the firearms acquisition license, and then you can go out and purchase a gun, and then you can join a range. This is a range in SPARWOOD, BC, in the middle of the Rockies here in Canada. This is a range that I have paid to be a member of. It's raining right now, so I'm doing this part of the video. I am going to do a little bit of shooting in a bit here, show you a few different guns. So yeah, you can pay to be a member of a range. In Canada, you can just carry a gun. If you have the proper license, you can carry a shotgun or a rifle out in the woods legally, and you can fire it in the woods legally. The ranges are nice though, because you get insurance for if anything happens, and and you know that there's not going to be anyone else around, because it's blocked off in a way that you're not going to get just somebody walking into your field of fire. But if you have the ability, I would 100%, I'd say go out, and if you have the ability to afford them, some guns can be expensive, although this is an Egard Churchill shotgun. This is I think $350 this gun retails for. It's a great little shotgun. So yeah, guns can get expensive on the higher end, but if you want to just go out and get something like this for protection out in the woods, this is a great gun for protection out in the woods. Huge stopping power with a 12 gauge. So yeah, if you have the ability and you can, go out and get your license and learn how to use a firearm. It's in my opinion very important. Also, if you have the ability, learn how to hunt. I believe that it's important that if you can, a man should know how to hunt and kill his own food and dress it and you know, be able to feed himself in a bad situation. Or if you just like to hunt, if you like the taste of wild game, it is a right that's still afforded to us, and we should allow ourselves to take part in it whenever we can. And also, the more people who get licensed and the more people who own guns and shoot guns and hunt, the less likely the government is to be able to take it away, because it becomes a larger part of the population. And that protects our rights as human beings and citizens, and it's quite important. In my belief, it's quite important that we protect those rights as much as we can, so that our children can go out and do the same things when they're older, and so that we'll have the right throughout our whole lives. I believe that is important. It looks like the rain's starting to subside a little bit, so I'm going to get into showing off a few guns here for a little bit. So this is, like I said, an Egard Churchill 12 gauge shotgun. This is about the shortest barrel you can get legally where I live. This gun doesn't have a choke. A choke in a shotgun, you might have heard of that. A choke allows you to shoot birdshot, which is very, very small pellets, and it'll keep them together. This gun is designed to shoot 12 gauge slugs, which are basically a 1-inch round ball. Does a ton of damage. For this gun, I also have a double-aught buckshot, which is 9 pellets. Each pellet is approximately the size of a 9mm bullet. So when you shoot, it's like shooting something with 9mm bullets. I also have some target rounds, good for skeet shooting, stuff like that. They're also a slug, but they're a much lighter slug, and they'll destroy some clay, and that's about it. So yeah, if you this gun's usage is basically play shooting, going out to the range and blowing up some watermelons and some 2 liters. Protection out in the woods, protection from, if you're looking for protection from any sort of wild animal, a 12 gauge pump action shotgun with a 1-inch slug, there's nothing going to protect you like that. There's no animal that is walking away from being shot with that. If you're out in the woods and you come up on a bear and a bear comes at you, you got to shoot fast. You got to be ready in that situation, because bears are crazy and bears are super fast and they're super strong and they'll keep coming. But if you can get that shot off, that 1-inch slug is going to tear it apart, and it's going to put it down. So this is when I go out in the woods with my dogs, I take this gun with me. This is my protection in case we run upon a bear. So yeah, any protection, if you need protection, say at your house, if you're worried about foxes getting to your livestock, chickens, your dogs, whatever, this is the one that's going to put the fear of God into them. So this is close range protection and play shooting. This is the gun right here. 12 gauge shotgun without a choke, so that you can shoot those 1-inch slugs. So yeah, I'm just gonna shut her down there. I'm gonna do some shooting with this thing, see what it does. Alright, I'll see you in a second. Hey everybody, so I've got some, sorry if I talk a little loud, I've got hearing protection in. It's kind of hard to tell how loud I'm being. So I've got my targets all set up down there. I've got two 2 liters over on the right hand side, and I've got a couple of watermelons over on the left. We'll go for those 2 liters on the right first. This is about a 50-yard shot, so it's on the outside edge for a shotgun. So I'm using 1-inch ball slugs. So we're gonna see if we can't make something go boom a little bit. All right, y'all ready? Okay. You might even be able to see a little bit what I'm doing here. Let's see what I can do. No go on that one. There we go. Two out of four is not too bad at that range with the shotgun. That's not bad. All right, let me load her up again. Okay, 4 more. We're gonna go for those. Watermelons. I'll switch sides. Hopefully, you can get a good view at it. Oh yeah, I should be able to see that. Oh yeah, blew that one right apart. So yeah, great close range protection gun. Close range gun for out in the woods. This is definitely my recommendation for that. Got one more. I'm gonna see if I can blow up that one just a little more. That's it. My chamber's empty. There are no more shells left in this. All right, so that's 12 gauge shotgun. I'll move on to the next gun. We'll go a little bit further out. All right, I'll see you in a second. All right, here we are back with the second gun I want to show you guys. This is called a cowboy gun. This is a Henry 44 Magnum lever action. They call it a cowboy gun because you can actually use it with the same rounds that you use in your sidearm. So you can have a 44 Magnum pistol and a 44 Magnum rifle. You get a lot more power out of a rifle. Basically, a pistol has a short barrel, so when it fires, the propulsion propels it until it reaches the end of the barrel. The bullet leaves, and the propulsion that's still being expanded inside the barrel dissipates. With a rifle, you actually get a situation where, because the propulsion actually pushes it all the way down the barrel, it goes about twice as it ends up about twice the velocity as a pistol round. 44 Magnum is a small round itself. It's designed to go into a pistol, but it's a big bullet. You get the end of this barrel down there looks like you could put a dime down the end of it. So it does a lot of damage. This is a good round also to take out in the woods if you don't want to carry a shotgun. This is quite a bit more expensive than that shotgun that I showed you guys. That one was about $350. This gun sits in about the $1,500 to $1,600 range. It's a very high quality gun. Henry guns are beautiful. Their actions are so smooth. It's just a beautiful gun. I love this gun myself. So yeah, I'm gonna fire this off a little bit. You can get some range out of this. This is starting to get to the point where you can use it for some deer hunting. You get out to about, I think anything over about 100 yards with a regular 44 Magnum bullet, the bullet will start to tumble, so you don't get a ton of accuracy after that. You can get special bullets for it, which I actually have here. I have regular, sorry, I should have prepared this beforehand. I guess that'll teach me. So yeah, this is a regular 44 Magnum bullet. You'll see it's got a very blunt tip. Anytime you use lever action, you can't use a bullet that has a sharp tip, because the action of firing it can actually, the bullets just go in this tube here. The action of firing it can actually cause the tip of one bullet to fire off the bullet in front of it in that tube magazine. So you can only use bullets with blunt noses. They do get around this. Hornady makes a type of bullet called the Lever Revolution, and they use a soft rubberized plastic tip that goes into a point, which allows it a lot better velocity and a lot less tumbling as it goes down the range. It'll go a lot further before it starts tumbling. It's a very heavy bullet. It's a small bullet, like it's short, right? It's designed to fit in a revolver. In a revolver, this thing is it's a killer. Like, this thing is a pretty wild bullet for a revolver. That's about as powerful as you're gonna get in a handgun. In a lever action rifle, it is like I said, it puts out even more velocity, about twice as fast, and it does a lot of damage. It's not quite into hunting range. You're not going to get those 200-yard shots, but you can still hunt deer at 100 to 150 yards, and if you're good enough, you can pretty accurately take them down with that. So this is a rifle that you can use for hunting and also for animal defense out in the woods. A 44 Magnum bullet coming at something, at some wild animal that's coming at you, is going to put it down. It's going to put a pretty substantial hole in it. This bullet is pretty explosive sent out of this gun. So that is this gun's place. Also, just a ton of fun to shoot, to take out to the range and throw some bullets down at some targets. So without further ado, let me get reset up, and I will show you the Henry Rifles 44 Magnum lever action. All right, so here we are. We're looking down range. The first ones we hit with the shotgun are just over these ones over here on the right of the screen. So that's about 25 yards. If you go further on down the middle there, that's about 50 yards, and then even further past that, that's about 100 yards. Way down there is about 200 yards. We're not going to be firing down there. I could with the 270 that I brought with me, but we're not. We're just going to go with these ones. It gets too hard to show off those shots. I'm just trying to show, how much fun this can be and how great it can be for everybody. So we're going to use not the Lever Revolution bullets, just the regular. Sorry, I know it's not focusing there. It's focused out further, but I want you to see out further. But we're just going to use the regular bullets for the closer shots. We'll switch to the Lever Revolutions for going out to 100 yards. Get her loaded up. All right, so this is the Henry Rifles 44 Magnum lever action. Okay, just off to the right about there, you should see there's a little bit left of that one watermelon. I'm gonna see what I can do with that one first. Oh, you see that? This thing has got a ton of power, like I said. It's just an explosive round coming out of a rifle like this. It is a big bullet in size, even though the shell is small, so it fits in a revolver. It is a massive bullet to get hit with, and this thing does some damage. Okay, we're gonna go out a little further now. Hopefully you can see all this. Hopefully I can hit it out that far. That's getting out there. Zero for zero. I'm gonna add a few more rounds. Now I'm using iron sights, so it's a little bit harder to go out that far. I don't have a scope that's set up for any kind of distance or anything, so that's my excuse. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna switch over to the Lever Revolutions with the you can't see it, with the plastic rubberized sharp tip, so it gets a little bit better velocity, and hopefully I can hit something. I am not doing so good here. Try aiming up a little higher. She is smoking hot. I'm really not doing too good out there. Huh? We'll give it one more shot and then I'll break out the 270. Alright, I got 5 more Lever Revolution .480 rounds in there. Now in my defense, I don't usually shoot this gun out that far. It's I usually use it at the closer range. Like I said, it can get out there, but what I need to do is I need to bring my spotting scope, some actual targets, and fire it off and see how much I need to lead the bullet. Is really the issue. So I'll give it one more shot, see if we can't hit something, and then we'll switch over to the 270. I actually pulled a beard hair out there. Come on, let me get one. I got one. You see that thing blow up at that distance? That's still a lot of power. Okay, let's try for that other 2 later. That's that. Let's switch over to the 270. I'll tell you a little bit about that, and then we'll see what that can do. All right, see you soon. All right, everybody. So this is the last gun for the day. This is a 270 Savage, chambered in 270 Remington. This is a full-on hunting rifle. You do not sport shoot with this. You do not. This is not a gun. You could carry it for protection out in the woods, but this is a precision instrument. This is designed for long-range shots. This is designed for hunting, and that's what you would want to use it for. You can't put the bullets through it like you can through these other guns. These barrels have a shelf life. Like, you don't want to shoot bullet after bullet after bullet after bullet. You want to, like, literally, like, maybe 4 or 5 shots out of this and then let it rest. And then it's got so many shots before the barrel's done. These bullets move at such a high velocity compared to the other guns that I've showed you. These are designed to go a long distance. I will let me just show you something quick here. So this is the 44 Magnum bullet that I was just shooting out of that Henry 44 Magnum lever action. This one right here, that is a 270 Remington bullet. This is a smaller round, which means it's going to pierce the air better. It's going to go a longer distance easier. It doesn't have as much drag, and it's got a lot of powder behind it. This thing is designed to go long distance and to go very, very fast. This bullet will go way further than this bullet. When this bullet is careened off, tumbled, gone who knows where, this one's still flying true. This is the one you use. It's actually one of the best long-range bullets you can get. A lot of guys talk about the 6.5 Creedmoor right now. This bullet is actually just as capable as a 6.5 Creedmoor. And 6.5 Creedmoor, I believe, is what the U.S. Army uses as a sniper rifle. This bullet is just as capable. 270 is a great hunting round. It doesn't have huge stopping power out at that distance, so you know, if you want to put out an elk or a bear at that distance, you might want to choose a larger caliber. But in my belief, for the hunting I do, especially in the mountains, 270 is in my belief one of the best rifles you can get. I'm a little biased. My dad hunted with 270 his whole life, and I just kind of like carrying on the tradition. So yeah, so like I said, 44 Magnum, lots of stopping power, isn't going to go out the distance this one's going to go out. And you can just see, look at the difference in the shell size. Like, it's pretty substantial. But small bullet, so it's just going to fly through the air a lot better. So we're going to do a little bit further out shots. We're going to try to get the stuff I couldn't get with the 44 Magnum because I just suck at shooting today. So we're going to see if having a scope on helps me out a little bit. Alright, we'll get to that. Alright, so this gun is a little bit of a different animal. Starting to get some mosquitoes out here. So this 270 Savage, we're going to try shooting. I'm going to take out that 2-liter pop bottle that I couldn't get at 50 yards. Then I'm going to take out a watermelon and a couple 2 liters at 100 yards further on down the range. Should be a lot easier to do with this. It's got a scope on it. It should be sighted in nice. We should be able to make some shots pretty easily. This one, the other guns I've shot probably kick more than this one. This one, however, has a concussion blast because of the speed of the bullet. This thing really blows back. It's we got somebody. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Just had some people show up. I just wanted to stop recording and say hi to them, see how they're doing, see what they have going on. They're just setting up their targets down range, so we can't do any firing right now. You never ever fire down a range when somebody is down there setting up their targets. It's just completely unsafe. So I'm going to let them set up, and then I will, as soon as I have the ability, I will sit down and I will do some shooting. And you might hear them firing as well, so just so you know, that will be in the background. And like I said, this thing's got some, she's got some concussion, so you might even see the camera jump a little bit when it fires off. I'm not sure, but we'll see. As soon as I get the chance here, I will start firing. We'll look down range, like I said, 50 yards and then down 100 yards and see what we can do. All right. Alright, everybody, like I said, you might hear some other shooting as well, but we're going to blow some stuff up. We're going to start at 50 yards here. There's still a 2-liter up there. A couple pop cans too. I might come back to those. We'll see. Let's give this a shot. I'm going to turn my hat backwards because this thing's got some concussion, like I said. You ready here? What you doing?
How about them earplugs?
You can have them. All right, we got that 2-liter. I'm just gonna get these guys some earplugs. All right, so we're gonna go a little further now. Excuse me. So I've got 2 2-liters and a watermelon out at 100 yards there. So we're gonna pick those off. Ready, honey? What's that? I'm gonna go for that watermelon over on the right. I'll go right to left. There's nothing left of that thing. All right, 2-liter in the middle. And that one's gone. You can see the gun smoke coming out of the barrel as I'm cycling through my rounds. She gets pretty hot pretty quick. It's a lot of velocity to ask a barrel to handle. Last bullet, we put 4 in here, and we're going to take out 4 of our targets. And that's it for those. I'm gonna throw a few more bullets in, take out those pop cans, and then we'll call her a day, and I'll give you my last message. All right, so last 3. I've got 3 pop cans out there at 100 yards. That's out on a fence post out there, and we're gonna take those out, and then we'll call it a day. I might have even missed that one. No, I guess I got it, didn't I? Okay, last one. And that's that. Always make sure the chamber is clear when you're done. Alright, so there we go, everybody. That's the end of my shooting adventure for today. I hope you've learned a thing or two about guns. I hope maybe it's interesting you to go out and learn how to shoot yourself, and get a license and go out and purchase guns, and help us keep our rights intact by becoming one of the people who engage in it. So yeah, I hope that was good for you. The 3 guns I showed you, the shotgun, good for close range protection, great for when you're out hiking, or if a wild animal comes to your yard and you need to protect your pets, livestock, or loved ones, then that's the gun for you. That's the gun for you. Sorry, got some guys shooting down there still. And then the 44 Magnum, like I said, a ton of fun. You can still get some range out of it. You got to learn how to sight it in. I haven't shot it at that range, like I said, but I believe I cleaned up a little bit with the 270 there. I basically hit everything I shot at with it. So I maybe redeemed myself a little bit there. But yeah, hopefully that's gotten you interested in it, and shown you, people who are into firing guns or hunting are not bad people. I mean, these are people who are into hunting are generally your salt of the earth people who are looking at ways to help their own family get ahead, and or just enjoy the physical act of going out and killing their own food. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, I would recommend anybody be able to do that. So there you go, everybody. I hope I've taught you something today. I hope you're all out there being great to each other, and just building great lives for yourself. I hope I'm helping you along with that somewhere along the line. All right. Oh, last but not least, I just want to give a quick shout out. There's a guy I know who's got a clothing company, and he is I'd like to give him a little shout out. I'm not making anything for it. I am not getting any free product for it. This t-shirt I purchased myself. If you get the chance, I would like you to check him out. He is Blue Collar Slave is the name of his company. He's got some really cool stuff. I'll give you a quick show here. You got Blue Collar Slave, as you can see on the back. You got the strong man. Strong backs aren't built in offices. That is a great way to look at things. So I'd like to give him a shout out. I will put a link to his Facebook page in the description on this video, so you can check him out. Like I said, he doesn't know I'm doing this. He hasn't paid me for it, and I'm not getting anything for it. I just believe it's important that we try to help each other out. you know. So I'm going to do my part to try to help him up a little bit. I like his product, and I'd like to see him do well. All right, so yeah, hope you're all doing well. Like I said, pulling each other up. That's what it's all about. Let's all build better lives for ourselves, our loved ones, our families, and for each other. You know, the guys who are willing to go out there and do the work, guys who've got something going on and they're pushing for it, get out there and help them too. All right? I love you guys.